I am trying out some new things here today, so I'm excited to see how this will go. But coming to you live on June 23rd, so Wednesday. It's been a pretty interesting day. Today I'm going to be trading gold, um, and I'm going to tell you guys why in a second here. So first, um, I was just looking at if I can have my have have my plays work in different markets. And so the four markets that I was looking at were ES, the S&P. I was looking at the 30-year treasuries. I was looking at crude oil, and then I was also looking at gold. And basically, I was looking at which ones had decent moves that they were consistently having, and that I could um, potentially make on a consistent basis, and then also which ones I could make overnight plays on as well. And so the one that came up today and the one that I'm targeting right now, where the entries are close to where I would like to enter and where the targets are worth the risk, the one today that I chose is gold. So let's take a look at that. I did not have the best entry. I'm currently long on this play. I did not have the best entry today, um, but I'm still long on this because of what I have seen and how the market responds. So I'm gonna stay long on this, even though right now I may be a little bit flustered because I decided to enter this trade uh, without as much patience as I would have originally liked. So first of all, I'm going to take a moment to center myself because I felt like I rushed into this, and I did not do both my meditations. I did one of them. I did not do both my meditations that I would have liked to do consistently before I sat down at my trading desk. I just got excited that there were setups that were happening and that I liked the way that gold was moving today. So I'm going to take a step back, and this is one of the things I was going to watch out for after a good day yesterday, is to not trade with so much hubris, not trade with overconfidence. So I'm going to make sure I do that and respect the fact that the market could take away everything that I earned yesterday and more, and that I cannot trade on making my money back. And so I'm going to take a moment to just center myself. Actually, I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna have some background music playing while we do that. So a few things that came out of my short meditation here is I'm going to look to exit this trade. Unfortunately, not what I would have liked, but it's better for me to exit this trade because I don't believe in this, and potentially if it comes down here, I can re-enter. But I'm going to go ahead and exit this trade for a pretty significant loss, but that's okay. yeah, not a great play there. I just got overexcited, overeager, and that's okay. It's a shiny new toy, no pun intended. How gold looked like to me this morning. And still could very well go long, but it wasn't the right energy that I entered the trade, and so I paid for it, and that's okay. We live to fight another day, and it's okay. The day's not done yet. So let's do this the right way, and let's go ahead and enter what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for being able to center myself and visualize how I know I can and will trade. Grateful that I can be self-aware and manage my emotions and energy while trading. That's actually something big. One of the takeaways that I had from watching this guy Anton Creel was that at any time your portfolio, your entries, your positions should reflect your market sentiment. And it doesn't matter if you're down a shitload. It doesn't matter. Like, get out of the trade if it doesn't match what your market sentiment is at any one point. So for me, I know I'm still long, but not at this price, and so I'm gonna wait. And I'm gonna wait until I center myself and I've written down what I need to do every day. So start with that. So before I jump into gold, let's actually go to ES, what I usually trade every day, and tell you guys why I'm not trading it today. And that's because you guys can see on the higher time frame, we had a move up from the 0% level down here to the 100%, didn't even quite go down to the 61%, and then hit the target of 127% yesterday during the afternoon. And since it's been kind of hanging out in this channel, and the next target up would be setting all-time highs at 42.64. And I just don't see that happening today. It's kind of consolidating today before making the next move up, or it may have already peaked and it could come down to the 41.90 level before it continues higher. And so either case, what I'm going to do first actually is do a volume profile on this uptrend, and there is a confluence at this higher volume node area and the 38.2%, and so that could be a magnet for the price to come down before it goes back up again. So I don't see that happening today. I don't see those big moves happening. There's still a lot of potential buyers down here as well, so I think it's going to kind of stay in this area. And even if I'm looking at the lower time frame, it's moved a total of just looking at today, it had a high during the day session. Get rid of this. Actually, wrong chart. There's a chart that I usually look at. So it's been in this 42.30 to 42.48 range, and That's if you count the overnight session. In the day session, it's been even tighter between 42.30 and 42.46. So just 15 points all day, nothing. And so I think I would not be comfortable, going either side for today. I don't think the market has found an equilibrium, so I don't think that it will make a big move today. And so for that reason, I'm going to be taking a step back from this and looking at other markets to trade. And in this case, that would have been, I decided to go with gold. So let's go back to gold and let's see why I am trading this today, or why I decided to trade this today. So first and foremost, I'm going to look at the higher time frame. And in this time frame, you guys can see, so let's back up here. Let's do a little bit of analysis. Starting late last week, actually Wednesday of last week, we had a big move down. And looking at the fib analysis from here, it retraced close to the 61.8% level and hit the 127% and the 161% target. So the sellers kind of exhausted themselves from what it may seem, and we also had a double bottom. And so potentially we're looking at going long, and we have been in a relative uptrend since then. So that's on the, so let's actually continue zooming in so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Look at bars only. There we go. So in this view, you guys can see from the 0% down here, it reached up to the 100%. That was earlier this morning. Was that earlier this morning? Yes, it was. And now it has retraced past the 61.8% all the way down to the 38.2% level. Actually did that in the same bar this morning before the open, and we are potentially headed towards the 1802 127% or the 1810 161% levels. That's if we're going long. You guys can see that here on the medium time frame as well. And so that seemed like a good opportunity for me to go long. And so that's exactly what I'm looking out for, any opportunities for me to go long here. And so if I zoom into the lower time frame, we're getting very close to that entry down here at 38.2%, which is 1780, 1780.5. And if I'm looking at the downtrend in this lower time frame, we had a double top, so I have the 0% level here, down to the 100% level, retraced a little bit. Here, let me move this out of the way. Didn't quite get up to the 61.8% level, but the 161% level, it hit the 127%, and very close to hitting this. And so I have a feeling that we're going to exhaust ourselves here. The sellers are going to exhaust themselves here. And also that matches up well with the pre-market lows that the market begin its upswing before topping out here. So I have a feeling that there's more buyers here at this level and potentially even lower. But I think this is a good level for me to enter enter long, since the shorts could be exhausted there. And then if I overlay that with the even shorter time frame downtrend, we're looking at a 0 to 100%, and then retrace to 61.8%, and then now we're at that 127% at 1781. And so I'm going to wait until it gets down here and look to enter long in this direction. The other thing I could do here is, since going long would be going against or going right into VWAP, is I would rather wait for the trend to confirm that we're going long and wait for a retracement. Ideally, the retracement would happen above VWAP. So basically, this is where the price is, this is where VWAP is. I would wait for, you can see this, I wait for price to go up, retrace, and hopefully the retracement will be above VWAP, and then that would be a good entry for me to go long from there. So that's what I'm thinking, because the sellers could still be in control here, and I don't want to be calling the bottom, even though I'm pretty confident in this at the moment, especially since it's my first day really trading gold. I'm not going to count like the first few months that I started trading, because I did not have the same strategy at all. So this is my first time that I'm trading gold with my strategy that I have been honing for the last few months to almost a year now. So I'm going to hold tight. I'm just going to write down what I think is going to happen, and then wait to go long. So let's type in my expectations here. Okay, so time frames. Higher time frame. Higher time frame is we're now in an uptrend. Actually, are we in an uptrend or are we still in that downtrend? Let's see. Let's zoom out here a little bit. Okay, so not really, actually. We still haven't confirmed the uptrend, so I would say the higher time frame is actually in a downtrend still, even though it's kind of in a range, downtrend slash choppy, downtrend slash range, sorry. Okay, so you know what this music reminds me of? This music reminds me of when I used to play Chess Master on the computer back when I was little, and this reminds me of some of the music that they used to be playing while I'm playing chess against the computer. Reminds me of that. Get out of here, bro. Really freezing here. Whoa, look at that. Did you guys see what just happened? It just popped. Probably took out a whole bunch of stops. And that's not a great sign. What just happened there? So that just broke through the 38.2% level. Let's see if that broke through the 23.6% real quick. I broke through that as well. So that was not ideal at all, because that makes me think that we're going to go short instead, that we're heading down. What I'm going to do is move this here, and sure does look like it. That just changed everything that I thought I was going to do today. Let's see here. So maybe the play is instead, let's move this back. If I move this back here, and this is, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. If I move this back here to this level, we did retrace close to the 23.6% level there. So let me do that. $1773.17, so very close to that. It could go either way right now. That's what it really looks like. That market went down to 100%, retraced to 38.2, so we could go lower to 1771. Very interesting. I think I might just have to sit back and watch this develop. I'm gonna hide this for now so I can watch this as well, so I can observe how gold moves with better precision. Obviously, that's a crazy, 2,000 contracts just traded within a 20-second period. If the market decides which way it's going to go right now, I think that's going to be the trend that it's going to follow the rest of the afternoon. So whichever side it picks right now, if it's gonna go short and set new lows, or if it's already bottomed out on this uptrend, I will know if it crosses 1780, 1780.50, let's say. Then I think we are going long. Let's see if there's anything else that was developing here that I decided not to observe. So let's say that I was looking at setting a level from here, from this move on down. Didn't quite get back up here. I'm gonna have a 50% level. 50%. I'm gonna have this the same color. Okay. So I'm gonna enable that too. 50% is right there. So very interesting that we actually may be going short now. The higher time frame downtrend could be the one that is in control at this point. So I'm going to go short. And this trade would be void. I'm going to add the 23.6%. I'm just going to change these to default now. Bear with me, guys. CPU has been taking a load. The reason I'm setting this 23.6% level is because that would be above that is where I would put my target, or my stop loss, excuse me. So 1.5-ish. 1.5 or no? 79, 80.8, 81.8, 2.5 points. I have my first target up here. Oops, not there. My second target. If this is indeed true, then my targets would be, this would be a reach, but 1750 would be the 127. 1750, wow, okay, that's crazy. Way down there. Not sure if that's going to happen today, but at least I'm going to have these targets down here. Well, I'm glad I got out of the previous trade, because that would have been another 500 or so that would have lost on this crazy move. And this is the best way for me to overcome the low frames per second, is to close my eyes and pretend that there's something going on, so that you guys aren't going to see any difference. Well, the screen would be freezing up too, so that's okay, but $17.50 is way down there, man. That's crazy. Are we really going to go in that far? That's crazy to me. Is that really where I'm gonna put my third target? I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna hit that today, but that's absolutely crazy. How far down that is. But so we entered at 1780, so it'll be 30 points. What's the most it's moved in a day? So yeah, within a day, it moved from 1880. Woo! Wow. No, 1860, sorry. 1860 to 1810. It moved 50 points. So we're at 1795. So it could move. It's done that before. So you guys can see what I'm looking at. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to get to 1750 today. So these two targets that I have right now, 1771 and 1767, are good. Achievable target today, rest of the afternoon. But yeah, I'm not going to count on it hitting 1750, but I'm going to leave that in if it even goes in this direction. Who knows? It continues to set new lows, is what I mean. kind of in equilibrium right now. Here we go. Past the 61.8%. The other thing you could do is do something like this, right? So I am going to be looking at how it reacts to that. I'm going to actually move this here. I think it's going to be void if it goes much beyond that. Here we go, baby. Come on. Just past 205 now. There we go. Pushed right through. Let's see what happens now. I think we're definitely going to set new lows today. My first target is at 1771, so another 6 points down. So far it's only moved 2. That's crazy. So I'm expecting a much bigger move at the end of the afternoon. So I'm going to watch this closely to see if I need to cut my targets short. So this is how it looks like. Since the beginning of the day, since the beginning of the market open last night. Twenty points down from the high of the day today. During the day session, double top, and I'm expecting it to go another 6 points. Not too much to ask. I think it was very doable. 1 second, guys. I'm gonna get the. It's crazy. It's only moved 3 points. And up 900. I mean, that's what it is, I guess, huh? So another 6 points here would be I can't do math. Let's see. Cannot count my chickens before they hatch. What I might need to do with gold is add another. Instead of 1597, the fib before this is, I think, 933. Let me double check. What is the fib? Come on. So the one before that is either 987 or 610. So might have to do 987 for this. Because these two are very similar right now. This higher time frame and this. So I'm trying to think like how I should have both of these up at the same time. So I can, for example, on days that I might trade both gold and ES, how should I have my workspace set up? The more that I'm looking at it, the 21 second, which shows the volume delta histograms, don't mean as much if I'm entering on the higher time frames. As we get closer to 230, if we make a bigger move, then I'm going to move up my second target to the 127% as well. Um, I do think it's going to hit 161%. Now that I'm looking at it again, I think that's very doable. Though it is a little bit like watching paint dry. I'm not going to lie. I think ZB, the 30-year Treasury note, is even worse than this. So I definitely have to kind of be playing the higher time frames and just kind of set it and go. And yeah. Thing is, what happened a few minutes ago is it kind of consolidated before it moved down. So it's consolidates and then it makes a move, consolidates and makes a move. So let me add another one for 987. Actually, let me change this one to 987. That's what it was, right? 987 and 610. Let's do 610, yeah? See how that looks. 2:20, about 30 minutes left before the end of the day. First day trading gold live. I went over this at the beginning of the video that the ES was not making much moves. It was kind of staying in that in a channel, and I do not foresee it to make any moves today. Well, at least this trading day. It might in the overnight session again this evening. So, but until then, I moved to gold as their opportunities was much higher, and I haven't been wrong. Wasn't able to capture everything that I wanted to today, but definitely has been good for me to see that it does follow some of the same principles so far that I've seen that ES does. So I'm going to be patient here and see if this actually does make the move that I anticipate it can make to close out the afternoon. See if I can add a fib here. Yeah, this is what I need to be looking at because the market could get exhausted before it makes its full move down at the end of the day. And so if it retraces here, we do have some targets that's going to be close to the low of the day today. And I will be okay with that. 100% I'll be okay with that. I guess while we wait, let's do the hard work, yeah, of filling this up, which I usually do every day. If you guys have not seen me trade live before, I usually do this every day, but today, since the opportunity came up really quick and I just wanted to observe gold as well, just kind of take a step back and watch it. I haven't filled this out yet, so let me go ahead and do that right now. Is this working? There, okay. Okay, so higher time frame downtrend. So price retraced to 50% level during day session and had a double top before continuing to set new lows for the day. It's a higher time frame. Medium time frame is very similar to the higher time frame. So I'm just going to do lower time frame here. Lower time frame downtrend for sure, not even in a range. So this one, question is now, I'm watching the price action, do I want to be greedy and leave my targets where they are, or move them up? Let's see how, we have a few more minutes here. I do think we're going to get down to at least the low of the day again, before it maybe bounces off. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move my first target up. Well, what I'm going to do is move my third target up. My 1750 fucking crazy ass target. Where are you? There you are. So I'm going to move you. Come on. So it's going to be basically at the low of the day / 161% level. I'm going to go back to this because I had some better levels here that were ready already. Yep, so that's what I had. These are 3 solid targets at 74, 71, and 67. Okay, let me go back to this now. So it did hit the 127%, retracing a little bit. But it did penetrate. It did go lower than that, so I think it's going to definitely hit the low of the day there. It's 2:30 now. I have a few more minutes. So far from my entry, price has moved 4 points, 3.5 points, and I'm expecting it to move another at least 2 points. $17.66, $17.67 is the low. So yeah, um, there is a likelihood that it'll reach my third target. Still a likelihood. But again, I'm not going to be greedy. That's why I have my 3 targets like this. Here we go. There it is. Now we're going towards my first target now. I'm going to move this over so you guys can see the action as it unfolds. Okay, while this is happening, let's pull this up again. It's so tempting to just watch it. Okay, so lower time frame downtrend, price retraced to 61, nope, 38.2% level, which was 1780. After a sharp move down to the 100% level of 1774, which was the low of the day. Okay, so my takes initially were to go long. Initially were to go long based on the higher time frame. Initially were to go long based on the higher time frame trend, but after price broke levels and the VWAP reversed my take and decided, reversed my take and saw that higher time frame trend was still a downtrend, first target so close, just 3 more ticks, so decided to reverse. Reverse course. Okay, first target out. Second 2 targets are still in. We are at 240. So I'm going to watch this closely to see if I should exit. I'm going to move my stop loss to break even. I am tempted to just get out of this trade. But what are we doing here? Are we setting new lows? Let's see how price is reacting to the low of the day here. The 38.2% level is 73. Wow, okay, there you go. Did jump down, so I'm gonna hold on. Right to that level, actually. It's a pretty strong level, potentially. What do I do? If anything, I should get out at least one more. Okay, so second target out as well, so I'm going to leave my third one in. Because that is still a strong level down there. And then what I'm going to do is move this down and see if there is a correlation here. Okay, I'm glad I got out of at least one of it. I'm considering getting out of this one too right now. I'm gonna get out. So let's see how today went. Come on. Not that. Sorry. I think it's a $500 day. Never mind. $900 day. Nope, $535 day. There it is. Yeah, not bad. I'll take it. A few more trades than I would have liked, but I'm glad I was open to reversing position as soon as I saw that it was a short day and not a long day. Yeah, I think market is going to stay in this level now because we did hit the higher time frame uptrend 38.2% level fib. I'm going to have medium time frame uptrend range. Come on, man. Jesus. Price hit the 100% level during day session, correlating with 50% level of higher time frame uptrend. And started retracing down towards the 38.2% level of 1773.1. So go short towards 1773.1. So now it'll be interesting to see. I don't think I need to have plays anymore since I already have my takes. So my time frames, takes, and takeaways. So go short towards 1773.1. After catching retracement. Takeaways. Stay patient with my entries and have a balance of aggressive and conservative targets, especially as the day ends. Set up my workspace to allow for trading both ES and GC, maybe others, with their various time frames, volume charts. So maybe this is where I say I might have to switch to time charts instead of volume charts. But I don't like time charts for the overnight session. I kind of really like the volume charts. So I just need to play around. How can I trade multiple instruments on the same screen, and I mean just switch between them. But I'm gonna have to focus more on higher time frame setups and make sure that those are on point, and focus less on these lower time frame entries. Even though there's a lot of potential there, some days there's just not much. The goal here is to be profitable at the end of the day and not stroke my ego with how much I'm trading. So that's it, guys. I'm going to call it a day early. I'm going to check out my live stream to see how this went. And yeah, I was a little drowsy today. I did not get much sleep last night, so wasn't able to stay on point. I wasn't able to do my second meditation, and so I'm glad I at least walked away with, not, crazy loss. I still made the most of today, and yeah, I'm excited to be able to trade multiple instruments, at least two instruments. I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to look before I jump on live. I'm going to see which ones have setups that may be forming, that may be good for me to trade, and then from there, um, select those two, maybe just one that I'm going to be focusing on. So Django certified as well.